And we are back. It's time for game number 4 in this best of 5 series between Mineski and TNC. TNC got won game number 1, but Mineski grabbed the following 2. So now they're only 1 game away, crowning themselves the winner of these qualifiers and punching their ticket to the LAN. My name is Strangejob. I'm still joined by Mr. V. Welcome back.
The Tinker Respect Band, Mineski beat TNC games 2 and 3 when they faced them in the upper bracket finals, and both those times they played Tinker, so TNC just kick it out right away.
Don't want to play against a Moon Tinker if you can help it,
Yep.
that's for sure.
Yeah. We have the Spirit Breaker band here, leaving Earth Spirit and Tusk in the pool. I guess Clockwork as well in terms of roamers. I think I saw chat. I was looking at chat, and there was this very valid point that Jabs was in 28 out of 30 kills for his team last game. Just like,
well, I'm looking at chat and just see stupid bullshit, but hey.
you know, you
Good
gotta
on you
learn
for
how to
filtering
like
that out.
pull out the good things. And like,
Yeah.
there was also the really good point that Mushi was low on damage, which was reflective of his role. And I kind of mentioned how he was building. And then Ice, no deaths. Well played. Well played indeed. We do have the Wisp ban. I think that hero is like potentially broken at this point, and we have Clock banned out, so kind of that other 4 role. So I'm not sure if priority will be given to Tusk here at all. But considering TNC have first pick, I assume Mineski is going to ban out the Earth Spirit just in case. Just for those that may be interested, TNC chose first pick and Mineski chose Radiant for this game, and in the previous game, Mineski chose first pick and TNC chose Radiant. And I believe all the first pick teams have won so far in this series.
Well, first pick means you get one of the more coveted heroes, but it also means that the last pick is given over to the other team, so it's a bit of a double-edged sword. But Keep of the Light, I believe, that's a hero that we've seen before in this series, and it worked out well for TNC.
Yeah, for sure. I think in Captain's Draft, though, because of the limited hero pool, it can be advantageous to get to pick before the other team gets to pick their last pick, right? Because there may not be a lot of counters to the hero you want to pick left in the pool. And yeah, there we have that Earth Spirit being picked up, as I said. TNC opting to instead go for the Coddle here, so I think it's a smart pick to get this roamer right on the table, because honestly, Jab's roaming play seems to be having a huge impact on the game, and Mineski goes for the flex pick in the Mirana, so good choice by them.
Yep. Pretty good opener now. The next 1-2 punch for TNC. I mean, you always have that Keep of the Light and what it gives. Like last time around, they were really good about using that global mobility. So maybe want to pick up a heroes that just do some pushing, and Pugner is exactly that.
Yeah.
So once again, that hero in terms of cores, what would you want to pick up? Maybe something like an Ember. Let's say in front lines, it can kind of make use of that heal, or the Faceless Void. Yeah, of course.
Yeah, I think it's good control, and it pairs well with the Coddle and Pugna. And TNC definitely realized that last game they lacked that control factor. This game, they're investing at least one in their first 3 to have some good control in the Faceless Void. Honestly, though, I think SF is really underrated right now. The hero can do so much damage. You just got to get him off the ground, and from what we've been seeing in kind of these dual lane, tri-lane mids, I don't think it's a bad idea. Mineski going for the Silencer. We saw that not work out so well, but maybe they'll make it work.
All depends on the timing, right? If you can find these team fights with the global silence before these counter items come out, like BKBs, Mantas,
10 seconds remaining.
Lotus Ores maybe.
Yeah.
And it's a different game entirely.
Yeah, I think Mineski actually have something planned for a last pick here that's going to surprise, because they have fairly flex heroes here, and they've got 2 minutes to think. So I think right now they're deciding, do you want to grab, like, I think it may be Sniper that they're looking to grab to deny that from TNC. Just because you can run safe lane Pugna, mid Sniper, and then Void offlane, and you just destroy with the Chrono with Sniper, right? And Mineski's going, hey, do we want to pick up the Sniper for ourselves right now?
And there's also the Klings, who's kind of working similarly, just being able to pump in that heavy physical damage inside the Chronos here, if you place it properly. So
yeah.
And there's also the Sven, like Sven Void is actually classic combo. You wouldn't think it, but Faceless Void leads off with a Chronosphere. If you place it properly, Sven can hit from the outside, and he's always going to have that follow-up stun right there next to him. So.
But then TNC have to be like competent enough to pull that off.
Yeah.
10 seconds remaining.
They can do it. I think they can do it. But
Yeah.
I don't think they're going to try to do
5
it.
seconds remaining.
I think they have some good options here in terms of what they want to pair with the Chrono. Jakiro is an option. Witch Doctor is an option. I don't think they'd do something like Gyro. That doesn't seem smart. But they could choose Troll or Sniper at this point. Is this guaranteed core silencer now? Because we have a Treant Protector?
I think so. Unless they do something crazy.
I like this Treant pick. I thought it was really bad initially, but it offers them a lot of control and a lot of good setup for Arrow. He can scout it out to someone's hiding in trees. I just think Mineski needs like one more stun. So maybe that's like putting Silencer mid, Rana safe, and Centaur off lane. Maybe that's Rana off lane, Silencer mid, and Sven safe lane, but
yeah, I do
know.
agree. Right now, they have the team fight is really dependent on being at least even or ahead, because if they don't, then Silencer's just gonna get run down by either Pugna, like running at him or blinking at him and then just stabbing away at him with like the Grabify, and maybe they also want to copy the Mushi build with a straight up Dagon.
Yeah. That didn't work out though, right?
Exactly, it didn't quite work out in the end. But regardless, you have that potential. Faceless Void, if he gets strong enough, he can just forward with the Chronosphere. And Treant Protector, he offers a lot of control, but doesn't offer a lot of damage until you maybe get an Aghanim Scepter, then you get a little bit go with that. Similar for Earthspirit, right? Until he hits his level 6, and even then it's really dependent on him being able to stay alive himself and just to keep dropping down these stones to keep the Magnetize going. And Rana's also not... You can do a lot, but it's not the kind of core that can go 1v5, essentially.
Yeah.
So they need someone to tie it all together and make sure that they don't come out at a loss out of the other game.
Yeah. Yeah, and there's that Jakiro pick we talked about pairing with the Chronosphere. And Tusk, Tusk does return in. So it looks like...
It does have a very low win rate in this tournament, I believe.
Yeah, I'm not sold on this Tusk pick. Where are they rolling the Tusk mid or offlane?
4 position in core Jakiro.
Yeah, offlane Jakiro, safe lane Void, mid Pugna. I think they may just be trying to mess with like Mineski's head here.
Yeah. I mean, core Jakiro is something that I really love, and something that's coming out of the CS scene quite regularly from a couple of teams, and CS in Europe. And it's working very well, because Jakiro is one of these heroes where early levels are extremely useful, because level 1 of his spells is garbage, but as soon as you hit level 2, you start scaling ridiculously. You think about Liquid Fire, that's true for that. Ice Path as well, and most importantly in the early game, Dual Breath. You get that off, it's fairly spammable, with a decent mana pool for it. And there's crazy amounts of damage. It just does, and you can win lanes with that very easily.
Alright, do TNC have enough control and burst to deal with Centaur? Alright, yeah. Raven is playing the Jakiro. What?
Oh, surely gun switch.
Cuckoo mid, Sam H offlane Void.
Oh.
You know,
I was not expecting this one, honestly.
I like the Raven. Like this feels like a TNC thing where they go like some weird core Jakiro, run down your towers with Pugna Jakiro early on before you can respond. And with the removal of shrines in base being able to heal you, they may have a timing here that's just too strong, but all awaits to be seen.
10 seconds remaining.
Maybe it's just that they also don't want to match up against Centaur and potentially the Treant Protector up against the Face of Void in the safe lane, so just run the Jakiro there. Slightly better able to deal with that, I think. Tempo is also more vulnerable. I don't know.
I don't like it. I don't particularly like either of these drafts, honestly. But it is Captain's draft, so you have to make do with what you got. I just think that, like, why not put Raven on Sniper? Scale into late game a lot better.
Yep.
Can deal damage in Chrono. There just seems like other options here, but I guess Sniper's afraid of getting run down. But here we go, Game 4, TNC versus Mineski. I predict Mineski, so TNC wins, and we get Game 5. Let's go.
Caster's Curse in action. Not always as reliable when you're actually calling it out, but we'll see which team here comes out ahead. I mean, there are some shenanigans with the way these heroes have changed. Most importantly, perhaps, this is a freaky one with the Dream Protector, level 15 talent. You can either get the plus 90 damage, which you get almost every single time, or if you feel funky, you can get the 3-second tree respawn time. So every tree on the map, I believe, just respawns within 3 seconds. Not gonna get it, but hey. One of these fun little talents. But the most important change, and that's most obvious, is of course the Marijuana leap charges. Makes it extremely difficult to actually kill this hero.
Yeah. These teams, they understand how you play the bounty runes. I think Valve was initially hoping that putting the bounties close would spark a lot of fights, but I think teams are just recognizing now, like, hey, we each get our side, we put 5 heroes on 5, we have our free TP. So I'd like to actually see maybe, like,
So,
yeah,
I think this works. This is kind of the similar idea of the mind games that we used to have, just based on teleports and which hero teleports to what lane under smoke and gets wards out. And this case is just, alright, these are the mind games of what side do you focus on as a team, or do you take the chance and split up and maybe get that extra room? And this is not all that different. Sometimes nothing happens, but sometimes you don't just get a ward scouted out and countered immediately. This time around, if they do meet, you end up with a early level 1 clash.
yeah.
So it's
Which
more,
can be a lot of
more
fun.
potential for excitement, I think, with this change.
All right, we got Mushi, Core Silencer. I'm not sure if TNC wanted this matchup. They are leaving a Void solo versus Centaur. It's a fair matchup, but they get the deny on the range creep, so TNC might be happy with this lane.
Accurate here. It's a silencer, and perhaps Ninja Boogie trying to do something here with the slows, with the heavy punches from Ninja Boogie. They could maybe do something extra slows as well from the Arcane Cores. Ninja Boogie cannot actually get close, which is the one downside of this hero compared to the Keeper of the Light in particular. He's on a horse. I mean, like, what do you do?
Not sure.
Go on somebody else. If they go on Raven here, if they find that initiation instead, he's dead. Or, but yeah.
Silencer is able to farm fairly well if he gets the point in glaives, though.
Yep.
The issue is that Cuckoo in the mid lane is just going to decrypt Mirana and take last hits. Gets a 60 cost spell, right? Like, he can just spam it and secure last hits.
So, does Faces Void have a taunt, by the way?
Yeah, there's like that weird sound thing where it's like chicka chicka chow.
Okay. I was wondering, maybe Raven wants to play Jakiro because he has a taunt on that hero. Just keeps spamming it down here. It's like, ugh.
Please disable, like, give an option to disable taunts and cosmetics in, like, in-game.
Like, the one thing that counters the idea behind monetization in Dota, but yeah. Mushi actually in a lot of trouble here, almost gets blocked off with the ice shots, but manages to make it up to the high ground. Is that enough? Right click still fall up, still being slowed down, and a few more will do it. But instead, he gets the turnaround here. 1437, right click himself. He has a stealth, brings Mushi to a reasonable location. Jabs the same time, also dropping very, very low. Rolls away. Stone a little bit too late, so he'll beat the first boss. 1437 just walks on out of there. Arrow flying through as well. It ends up being a 1-for-1 trade. Oh, so close though. Mushi
No
as well.
for Silencer, though.
He almost got 1437, but again, this movement speed only has boots 375. It's impossible to catch, even with the slows that you have. But Japs, not opportunity. He's level 2 regardless, and he rolled in and then just showing himself in mid. Would have been spotted up, but he flavored anyway, so like, hey.
If you're looking at this, like, and you're just like, without looking, who do you think has more CS, Raven or Mushi?
Got it. Raven or Mushi? Raven, I want to say. And I look
Mushi
at
is
Mushi,
destroying.
Yeah, yeah. Ninja Boogie though, he's also being destroyed, trying to go invis, but there's no trees nearby, so extra
Where was
gold.
that thunderclap by the Hellbear Smasher? We want some tomato participation in the game.
Yeah, it's
But-
looks like you were right. That early points into stolen into the graves,
Yeah.
and maybe also the fact that TNC are spending more time just brawling, casting spells on heroes rather than looking for right clicks.
Yeah. They're looking for kills. Top lane is fairly even between the Centaur and the Void. It's just who's going to have the impact with their ultimate later on.
Sometimes
Silence
you see
of
like
Wiki
Sam H going for
Silence.
Chronosphere, but Centaur ult comes through and you're just a little bit too quick and you miss the chrono. But funny if that
Moon's
happens.
been doing it really well. Like mid though, like he's caught up and he's dealt with the decrep. Tim's snakes the arcane bottom.
Running into each other here. He's actually in trouble. He's slowed down by the roll as well as the leech. Did a couple of right clicks. Orb of Venom coming through as well, but is fast enough for the boots. Jabs committing for the kill, but the snowball turning things around as TNC have the reinforcements. Jabs will fall another time. TNC, they get more and more out of this offlane.
Tim's dodged that silencer right click with the snowball. That would have killed him.
Laser rail. 20 seconds until the shrine, but yeah, he's already almost back at base.
Sam H going on top. Centaur taunting though, so he'll make it out just fine.
Yep.
Unless he
Well,
gets a
the
lucky
taunt.
bash.
It is level 2, so you get that extra chance, but I really don't want to avert my eyes too long from this bottom lane.
Yeah.
So starting to be annoyed a little bit. He does have 16 one charges now, and they're gonna roll on Raven this time. He does not have the same kind of movement speed, so he will be the first +2 for Mushik. There we go. 437.
So
He's
smart.
fast, but still. Works
Tim's
out, and
opted
now you have to
to-
heal some living armor.
Yeah, Tim's opted to go mid there, which was surprising as Moon lands an arrow onto Cuckoo. But nothing
he's
really
both
going to
at this
become of
point.
that.
Alright, so how do you think this game must go? Or this bottom lane in particular must go? Like how many kills do they need, or onto Mushi in particular?
I think it more so resolves around the time that TNC is able to take the tower. I think trading evenly favors Mineski, just because Tim's is stopped from being able to roam on the Tusk, and they really want him to be free to roam as Jabs lands the Sun to get the roll off.
It was a bit odd. Like, he made like he wanted to stack the camp.
Mhm.
Radiant Ward's actually blocking it, I believe. It's very curious. Yeah, I see it that way around.
Yeah, I don't think it's blocking, but the sentry is.
Yeah, sentry. Oh, Dabs opened another ward of his own. He is being spotted by the dire one. So they are spending some resources there to make sure the Cuckoo is not being pressured by anyone but the Marana. Oh, but then again, Ninja Boogie walking in. That is the Radiant Sentry, I believe. So they get the root off from Tim's. Now a couple more right clicks. Nova coming through. They're turning this around. I think he dodges the blast, but Mushi caught inside the ice shots. Now they have to fight right now. The wall coming through. Tim's still alive. There we go. He finally falls. No int though. For the stance, Mushi's continuing to force to fight. Absolute slugfest down here. That's all you can really say. He got one off with the damage over time. That's
5
to
HP.
get the kill. But damn, 1 for 3-7. He's the one who's surviving all of these engagements this time around. 3-0 and 2 on this guy. Like, come on.
Yeah, no death predictions on him this game, so he's got to stay alive.
It's gotta be a quick axe. Careful with that route. But now Cuckoo, I don't believe he's shown. Not 100% sure. He's kind of hiding inside the trees. They can get some sort of slow, some sort of initiation of the Mushi. Might just end up falling again. Come on, Raven, can you please stop the fucking taunting? Gonna wrap around the Crapify, blast. Sucky, and the blast from Caudle. Raven should be able to finish him off, but maybe not though. With jabs, he's also sitting in the trees.
Oh, good kick.
Ah, there's that. Oh, not enough! The blast is though, from the nether. Without the illuminate. Alright,
One
so,
thing,
bit scrappy, but they do get the kill.
yeah. Meanwhile, Tim's free in the mid lane. Mirana kind of rotated over. Moon's like, hey, not a lot I'm going to do here, so I'm just going to go back mid. One thing I was kind of thinking about is, oh, Moon gets an arrow on Tim in the mid. She has one charges. She wants to...
If he wants to, snowball already forced out. Yeah, I mean... It is sleep. Couple more right clicks. One more. He's being slightly slowed down, but it's still the jukes and jives are real. And the arrow will actually miss Tim's. Oh, nothing's really working well for Mineski.
Wow.
Just 1 second off cooldown on the Starstorm either as well. Also, couldn't get that off after leap either. And the tower bottom goes down. Raven, he's going for a more standard Akira build, focusing on liquid fire as well as the Druidal Breath.
Yeah, they want to push with him. They have the Pugna, they want to take over the map and probably try to end this game a little bit earlier. You don't want Mirana scaling into late, you don't want Silencer stacking up into all game. And even Centaur getting a blink. One thing we haven't talked about is how the Centaur versus Void matchup works.
Go through the stun, the global silence for the first time, the arrow will still miss, leap forward from Moon. Doesn't have the DD to work with, so that's first time that 1437 ends up falling in Tim's. Next on the list here, there's not another leap charge available. Fortunately for him, else he would have just straight up died.
Good to see 1437 going back to his roots and dying more. It's good to see. But as I was saying, in this top lane, Void is actually a very good counter to Centaur 1v1s, because if he ever double edges you, you just time walk away.
Oh yeah.
And it's fine. Raven here looks like he's holding the skill point in Macropire. If there's an opportunity with Chrono, he may skill it, but for now he's content to just maybe go for another point in Dual Breath.
Exactly what he did, so there you go.
Oh good.
You kind of don't really have the mana sustain, and yeah, as you said, unless you have that combo, you don't get nearly as much mileage out of that.
It'd be nice if he would stop taunting though.
Yeah, it's actually getting a bit annoying right now. Maybe he needs to be killed a couple more times, so he rethinks his life choices. For now, though, it's on Ninja Boogie down here. The rest of Mineski kind of focusing on top. They're looking for Sam H, who's actually time walking down, and the stun will still connect. Moon, this is another arrow.
Interesting.
Not that it would have done too much here at this short range, but
It was actually a farming arrow strategically aimed for that mud golem.
yeah. Only the smaller camp, but the mud golem slightly worth slightly more gold. Real though, those are the best arrows. If you just, even if you missed, you just hit something else. You get consolation prize. But middle lane going down. Snowball as well into Mushi. Try to stick around a little bit. The roll through. They need to cancel that suck, and they do. Let Shadow. There's dust available on Tusk. Throw it out. There's a defensive one here. Oh, maybe offensive as well. They try to go on SMH, but all they get is the tower. Not even with the last hit. Speaking of towers, Raven, he's left to his own devices down in the bottom lane. Kuko also joining this tier 2. It's 11.5 minutes in, already down to half health, and unless Mineski fight right now, this is going to die.
Trees here.
Oh, go through here. The global silence comes through again. Good damage here from the Starfall this time. Couple rikes in Kuku. That's a good kill. Tim's next on the list. Almost Snowball does have stick charges, but he doesn't like to use them right now. Buying enough time for Jikiro to stay alive, but now Sam H. Chronosphere only catches one, but it's one that you can kill, especially with 1437. Puts up an Illuminate. No stick charges left or anything on the silencer. Now the slows. Magnetize just on Sam H. Follow-up stun. They have silencers, and they have plenty this time. They punish him immediately. Silencer goes down, but still got a couple of instacks out of that. One, in fact. One int out of that fight. Or 2 ints. One stack.
Yeah.
You know what I mean.
Ice, 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 you can't die.
Oh no. He
It's got the hood.
might die still with the snowball still being slowed down by the sigil. Does have stick charges to work with and another stampede. And a blink dagger and oh what? What? Oh the hood! To block the magic damage. And no right click from him is oh man. What a player.
Ice, 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 god.
Right, so where's the leave us now overall?
Usually we start a fan club for Ice 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 at this point, and then...
Oh yeah, it's already going. I mean, beyond that.
Oh, yeah. I think you try to get Sam H more farmed. He has XP, but Moon lands a Zero.
Gonna go in on top at the same time with the Stampede down bottom. Moon. Can he get Sam H? Well, we'll find out soon. Moon up top, the brawl continues. The roots, the Overgrowth actually will cancel the life drain now. Wagner might actually be in a bit of trouble. Right clicked away at by Mushi. Damage over time from the Arcane Curse also going into max out at this point. The Blink Stomp onto Tim's. They burst him down. Not quite the Decrepify. Preventing the last right click. Now it's Moon's turn. Didn't quite finish up Sam H, but they do get some more heroes here. 1, 2, 3. I'm on a killing spree. They don't get the cancel on TP though. And Mushi, again, only one set of intelligence stolen from kills. Out of range for the rest.
He doesn't want to like take it all away at once, right? He just wants to slowly learn. He doesn't want the large influx of smartness at once. It's just too much to handle.
I would look at Raven this entire game now. Come on. If he doesn't stop taunting. I love Shakiro, but that taunt is fucking awful. Like,
just don't acknowledge him. Just pretend like he's not in the game.
That's my music accidentally going off, but I can't even do that.
There's a 1 position on TNC? What are you talking about?
Arrow actually connects on Puck, that's hilarious.
Look
at
this
one
build.
leap charge available. What?
Look at this Cuckoo build. He's got 2 nulls, 2 bracers. Like,
I guess Veil and Soul Ring. Well, they actually catch Ninja Boogie here with the... not with the dust, but with the Sentry and an extra dust. Punch up. They're really committing for this, but now the Storm will actually connect on the Keepers of the Light. They get the kill that they wanted, but can they get out? Magnetas coming through, the arrow splits the wicket. Not reconnecting anything, but Snowball does. Moonlight Channel makes it a little bit harder, especially since it's already used a lot of their detection. Damage going forward, Global Silence here to prevent the Chronosphere. And now turnaround from Mushi, right-clicking away, but going for Tim's, Cardle, there's 2 supports first, and now Cuckoo is also still taken out. Doesn't have a TP scroll to work with here, but it does have the life drain, the Chronosphere, but something cancelled it. Mushi's still on the outside, they do trade. And now double stomp here! Ice, God indeed! The roots from the Atos Raven trying to TP out. It's not gonna happen. Ninja Boogie with the Overgrowth at max range, turning this into a full 5-man wipe.
I think Ice is single-handedly dismantling TNC this game.
I would not
Nice
disagree with that. I would not disagree with that at all. That
like,
damn.
Like, Jabs had it on the Bounty Hunter game. Ice this game, just wrecking face. And now Mushi's got 14 int. And an Atos. Like, TNC is supposed to roll over their opponents right now in this game. Like, Pugna has gone for, like, tier 1 items. 2 nulls, 2 bracers. Like, maybe he builds it into Atos, but this isn't going into an Aghanims. This, like, I guess he could build Veil Atos, but...
Yeah, it's really odd. Like, I don't think I've ever seen this one.
Raven has 4 staff building into a Yule's. Like, where's their physical DPS going to come from? Sam H? Goes Shadowblade? Again?
I guess. Ask him of Shadowblade. Like, do you still go Manta Diffusal on Void these days? Or Maelstrom or something like that? I feel like I haven't seen it.
I think Sam H has to carry this game, and to do so, yeah, he needs to get, like, Shadowblade into... He probably has to get, like, a Manta to purge off the Silence or the Root from Treant. So that's what I would do if I was him. Just Shadowblade into Manta.
Go through 7, bring in Cuckoo. When the tower has healed up to almost full due to the living armor. Ninja Boogie also sitting in the side. They have all the spells available again. TNC. They're trying one more time. Ice's Ice not quite there just yet though. He does have a TP scroll available. Whenever he wants, he can go to the shrine, but it's going to the tower instead. That is starting off with the Overgrowth. The Netherwater's down, but they don't really care. They dropped on the spells. Global Silence coming through. They're focusing on Pugna first. He's down for the count. Raven, no way out of this one either. 4 stuff already on cooldown. Does get the Ice Buff out. That'll be dodged completely. Double kill for Moon, and Ice's Ice doesn't see the TP. Blink stumps forward.
He dropped
onto the Keep of the Light. Into the what?
Ice dropped his hood right in
front
of the Coddle.
Well, he could have done this. Sam H also Didn't want to commit the Chronosphere at that point. The fight was already lost. So triple kill for the Mirana. Moon now close to Ice net worth. Slightly eclipsing Sam H.
Look at Ice's last hits. He's got 131 and the closest Moon on Mirana with 91.
Yeah. He's just making plays today, man.
I
All
think
the plays.
I think Ice has like a message for Raven, and it'll be like, hey, if you don't taunt as much, maybe you'll actually get some last hits in lane.
Shots fired.
Ice has the taunt on center, but he doesn't use it like in lane.
Yeah.
He plays the game and then like just well-mannered gamer, knows how to play. Great.
Don't want to
taunt
waste
etiquette.
APM on that shit, you know?
Mm-hmm.
I got too many other buttons to press.
This Agnim's coming out from center is going to do a lot to mitigate the damage coming from TNC.
Oh, yeah.
As they have the Chrono bottom, looking for the silencer.
Trying to get it too. It's a good killing spree actually for Raven, but what's he really going to do with that? He has the Yules queued, but that's where you run into issues of him being like in one position, right? Yeah, I think you touched on that earlier. Gonna be down to Sam H. He needs all the money in the world to do the damage that he needs them to do.
Yeah, I'm not sure if you're asking, like, what is Raven the player going to do with like gold, or what is a Jakiro going to do with?
Yeah, both, I guess. Not the same
Yeah.
thing. Or-
One is implying that the player isn't very good in this situation. The other is implying
Okay.
the hero may not be ideal.
I'd go for the latter one then.
Okay. Yeah, I don't think Jakiro is very well suited in this kind of core role, especially when you have a Treant Protector healing up your buildings. Like, they push this tower down to half HP, and the Treant's just like, oh, that's cute.
You know,
That's really cute.
I don't think it's necessarily bad, but okay,
Ice,
that
ice.
is follow up into the arrow. Yeah, that's just that. Thing is, you rely on beyond him, rely on the Chronosphere to even set him up to do a lot of damage at this point, because TNC, they're very mobile with Stampede, with the blinks and the leaps and everything. So it's and the rolls. You're gonna have a hard time landing your spells without that. So essentially, it's all coming down to the Chronosphere, and if you put all your eggs in that one basket, then it can just bite you in the ass if you don't get that connection.
Yeah, for sure. Sam H is here. I'm not sure if this is the Radiant or Dire vision here, but I don't think Sam H sees the Treant.
Yeah, that is Radiant Sentry, and that Orb Sword just expiring from the Dire side. Right, so Mineski building the lead, but up to about 7k now after the tier 2 has fallen. And Roshan, how does that factor into this game?
Both teams aren't actually very good at taking it. Like, Mirana gets better at it as she gets more edgy, but she just wants to build like wave clear to farm up with the Maelstrom. Drainlance is okay, but she'll probably go into...
Link Stomp, Ice as Ice. Always gets caught by the Ice Shards, which would be quite ironic.
You know, even if they ice shards him, it's not Ice being caught, it's TNC being caught, having to face Ice.
Yeah. Don't initiate an Ice as Ice. Not possible. Even if you do, then he just initiates right back.
Dire's top tower is under attack.
Like, do they have a way of silencing him? It's like just the Void Chrono, right?
Wait, Chrono,
Ice
Ice
Path
Path, which
and
is probably
stuns.
gonna land. And a lead. Double one at this point.
Yeah. How are you going to do 2.5k damage to a Centaur this game?
Oh, I don't know, man. It's a conundrum for TNT that they have to figure out. Even more damage, because like they have that Item Scepter now. Mitigate what little damage output you have. They plop down the ward, get some extra vision here onto 1437, but also on the Faces Void, much more juicy target, and Moon. Again, the one sneaking the kill away, he's just stealing everything at this point.
He kind of had a rough early game. I felt like his arrows were a little bit underwhelming. He missed the kill on the Tusk, but again, Ice, making the plays. Moon doesn't have to play well. He's just going to be carried from the offlane position.
2-0 and 10 on Ice's Ice. 11-1 and 6 on Moons.
It's like, oh, there's a tower here? That's nice.
Got a backdoor at this point. Gonna have a creep wave, but they want to continue here in 15 seconds on Basin's Void with the Chrono. When do you fight this here as TNC? Like, what's the next step? You have to fight
probably
eventually,
your
right?
next qualifiers. That's what I would think. Next fight you get.
Oh no.
But but in this game, I think you have to look for those pickoffs. Like they got the pickoff on the silencer earlier with the Chronosphere, but even with that, it just doesn't seem to be enough. As Ice looking for an opportunity here, but Mineski seems pretty comfortable in just pushing.
Don't have the vision behind the tower. TNC might have a chance. They also have Puckness but pushing top, but if he doesn't finish the tower, then it's just gonna be healed up again. As I say, he's just waiting for someone to show up for the high ground here. Not gonna happen though, just yet.
They did use their glyph there, so they can't like offensively glyph right now. But I think Mineski is more than happy to just kind of sit back, play the passive farm game. They control the map. They can save their teammates with the Centaur ulti. Like, Jabs has a Blink Dagger. Ninja Boogie's like, I don't need anything. I'm a treant. Right? Like...
Yeah, he went for the medallion to just maybe make the Roshan just a little bit easier.
Yeah.
But speaking of Roshan, TNC scouting it themselves, but they want to pick up before they attempt this, and they could find something. Chronosphere here on the Moon in particular here. They're dropping everything, but the triple stop in the back! Are you kidding me? Moon coming through, the magnetized everything being dropped onto TNC, and they are falling like flies. MH trying desperately, and they do get the kill on Miranda with the damage over time, but at what cost, Mr. V? At what cost? The stomp again to cancel Jakiro. And hey, guess what? Sansa got level 15, +2 intelligence here, up to 24 now.
Yeah, and he gets the +2 int steal now for each kill.
What I just said, dude. That's what I literally just said. Oh.
Right. But
Leg
yeah.
spike, alright.
Yeah, leg spike. Something like that. I think Ice turned that around with an amazing hoof stomp. Just like taking them out. Like if I were Mineski in this position, I would put the Aegis onto my Treant Protector as like as a tilting
as a taunt, yeah.
Yeah.
I would have taunted if I was Centaur there, I'm not gonna lie.
Yeah.
The Lotus Orb, next big item.
Yeah, they get the kill on the Mirana, but Void here, just going to TP out. It's a very hard position for Sam H to be, because you kind of recognize, like, this is a Jakiro core. Like, this isn't a physical damage scaling core. Like, Silencer Mirana, like, the understanding that I have of Dota is that with magic cores, you reach your kind of peak timing at a certain point, and then that transitions into a more, like, attack damage focused cores, where they become stronger as time goes on.
Yep. You can see they only really have one of them. Whereas for Mineski, you can counter Mirana as well as a silencer. Now they're gonna try again. This TNC almost in desperation mode. They're gonna have another Chronosphere.
You see Mushi, but he is the Aegis.
Gonna go in the man anyway. A little bit of a help. Roll in from Jabs. Can it turn this around here? They have the Stampede. Doing some damage. Sun's coming through, Blink Stomp this time, then just only on Pogna. Mushi still dropping lower and lower down. The global stuns come through. Ninja Buggy is just punching away at the task. So he's the first one to fall. Meanwhile, follow-up stuns on the back here. There's the next one. And Chronosphere comes through, but it's only Sam H actually doing damage here. Hey, clicking on the silencer. That's the Aegis at the very least, but does that really matter? No, it really doesn't. Third one down. Raven force nothing away, trying to TP one more time, and the stun this time from Jabs. Securing yet another kill. I am so
happy that taunt was stopped. By the stun.
Buybacks have to come out, TNC. They can be lucky that Mineski don't have a lot of mana to work with. Stomp, just enough for a stomp here from Centaur. Cuckoo almost falling one more time. Ravens, throw some spells, Ice Path, and everything else. The Ice Shards now too. Trying to keep the Centaur controlled, do some extra damage. Another buyback from Sam H. No Chronospheres coming in for the slows as well as the right clicks. Gets a time lock here. Centaur, another Stampede, just walking away. Now Sam H hits the Willow. No stump, but just the extra damage onto Cuckoo. They're falling apart and they're calling it right now. G to the G. Mineski. They win a huge team fight. And that just put it over the edge here with that triple stump from Ice Ice Ice. Absolute MVP in this game. Mineski, they punched a ticket to the land for the Captain's Draft Minor.